Hi guys. Okay, I just want to give you a chance to review before your quiz and make sure you have no questions on the homework. So let's take a look. Number 1, the leading coefficient is the number in front of the highest power of x, which in this case is the x squared. Since I see no number there, it's the invisible 1. Now when we classify it by the highest power, which in this case is a 2. It's x squared, which makes it quadratic. And this has 1, 2, 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. Now the next one, we want to find the highest power of x again. That's in this piece here. The number in front of that x cubed is a negative 2. So watch out for that. Another way to write this, if we put it in standard form, would be negative 2x cubed plus 3. So it might be easier now to see that the leading coefficient is negative 2. Now, since the highest power of the x was the 3, that makes it cubic. And this has 1, 2 terms, right? 1, 2 terms. That makes it a binomial. Okay, good. Now let's simplify. All right, so for number 3, we have addition. When we have addition, we keep the first part and we keep the second part. The parentheses are not necessary at all. Now we go looking through. We have an x cubed here all by itself, a 7x cubed. So I'm going to keep that. It's the only one. Then I have 3x squareds over here and a negative 5x squareds here. 3 minus 5 is a negative 2. Keep the x squareds. Then I've got 5x plus 10x. 5 plus 10 is 15x's. And finally, I've got negative 7 and negative 1. That's negative 8. Now we have our final answer. Now number 4 has subtraction. That means we keep the first part, but we're going to change this negative to addition and change every sign behind it. So it's going to be plus a negative 5x to the 4th minus 3x plus 2. Okay, now let's look. I've got a 5x to the 4th. It's the only one with an x to the 4th. So I'm going to keep negative 5x to the 4th. I have no x cubes. The only x squareds I have, oh, I do have an x cubed. I just wrote it incorrectly. Here, there was an x cubed there. So let's bring down this plus 3x cubed. Then we have only this for the x squareds. And now we've got, what do we have? We've got a negative 6x and a negative 3x. That's negative 9x. And then we still have this plus 2 hanging out all by itself. And here's our final answer. Good. All right, next up in number 5 is multiplication, and we distribute. Now remember, when we multiply the numbers. So we do 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. But when it comes to these x's, we keep the x and we add the exponents. So x squared times x squared, 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's 12x to the 4th. Now we're going to take this and we're going to multiply it by the 5x. 6 times 5 is 30. And I had an x squared. And I have an x to the 1st. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's x cubed. Then I'm going to take this 6x squared times the negative 1, and 6 times negative 1 is negative 6, and I only have the x squared, so I don't have to do anything extra to it. There it is. All right, now for the division, we said the first thing we're going to do is we're going to break this up. We put the first part over the denominator plus the middle part over the denominator and the last part over the denominator. Okay, this way we have 3 mini problems. Now we divide. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Now when we divide the x's, we subtract the exponents. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Now we're going to add. 21 divided by 7 is 3. We'll keep the x and we subtract the exponents. 2 minus 1 is 1. I don't have to write an exponent of 1. That's okay. Then we have 7 divided by 7 is 1. And x divided by x, that's also 1. It goes away. So we now have, whoop, there's our answer. All right. Finally, number 7. Here we go. And it doesn't matter whether you put the 5x down and minus 4 down the side, or you could put it on the top. That's up to you. And then we can put the 4x minus 8 in the opposite place. Okay, so now we do 5x times 4x. 5 times 4 is 20. And remember, when we multiply the x's, this has an exponent of 1, this has an exponent of 1. Add them, we get an exponent of 2. Then we're going to take 5x times negative 8. 5 times negative 8 is negative 40. And I just have that x to the first. Now here, I'm going to have negative 4 times 4x. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, and I'm going to keep that x. Then I have negative 4 times negative 8. Negative 4 times negative 8 is a positive 32. So now when it comes time to write my answer, I keep my 20x squareds, because I don't have any other x squareds, but notice I have 2 different x's. I have negative 40 minus 16, that's going to give me minus 56 x's. And then I still have that plus 32 hanging out at the end. And there's our answer. Okay, one more last problem. We have 3x plus 2, and then we have x squared minus 3x minus 6. So 3x times x squared. There's an invisible 1 there. 3 times 1 is 3. Now with the x's, the exponent is 1 and that exponent is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Now we're going to do 3x times negative 3x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. The exponents on both of those exponents are 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. There we go. Now we're going to have 3x times negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Keep the x. All right, we're going to move down now. 2 times x squared. That's a 2x squared. Okay. Then we're going to do 2 times negative 3x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, and I just have an x to the first. And finally, positive 2 times a negative 6 is negative 12. Now we're ready to combine like terms. I only have this for x cubed, so I have 3x cubes. But I have x squareds here. So 2 minus 9, or negative 9 plus 2, is negative 7x squared. Here I have x's. Negative 18 minus 6 is negative 24 x's. And then I have a negative 12 hanging out all by itself. Okay, guys, I hope that helps. Good luck on your quiz. I'll see you soon. Bye.